Welcome in Tielt for the 40th edition of the TAC Rally, the second round of the 2013 BFO Belgian Rally Championship. And this is the number one car, Tim van Parijs with his Porsche. Very cold conditions there. In Tielt only 3 degrees, and that means that the tires are having difficulties to get up to temperature. And on these very fast special stages, that could lead into problems. Not for Van Parijs though, he's used to these conditions. Freddy Loix, winner of the opening round in Haspengouw, with the firm aim to do the same here in Tielt.
Links af voor en 100. Even links, om rechts 130 diep couperen en rechts af voor 300. 300, rechts lang couperen, om links af voor en 100.
Loix taking the lead from stage 1, in which he already has 15 seconds advantage over the other drivers.
300.
Deze morgen op de eerste proef ging het.
Yes, we had a good start in the first stage and no mistakes. So we had the car felt good, so we pushed a little further in the other stages. And we kept that good rhythm for the other stages of this opening loop. David Bonjean driving a Fabia WRC, one of the few WRC cars here in Tielt. But a bit disappointing, only in 4th position after the opening 4 stages. And already almost a minute behind Freddy Loix. This man was the pleasant surprise in the opening round in Haspengouw. Just narrowly missed out on the podium finish there. But Bert Cornelis wants to do at least one place better here. And after the opening loop, he's in 3rd position with his Subaru Impreza WRC. Good driving and only 4 seconds behind this man, Polle Lietaar. Out of the 40 editions of the TAC Rally, he has done 30 and he has won 8 times here. So he knows the stages. But some small technical problems means he's in 2nd position now.
Hoe is het gevoel?
Well, it goes rather well, but we have some problems with the power shift, who is not functioning very well. So we have to cut it now for the 2nd loop, and that should make the engine work better, because the engine cut out sometimes, and that led to, I think, some 20 seconds time loss. So now we can push a little bit harder and try to increase the gap to the drivers behind us. Chris Prinsen, 2nd in Haspengouw, but had not such a good start here in Tielt.
De andere proeven waren goed, altijd
well,
beter.
The other stages went well. Stages 3 and 4 went very well, but the opening stage was not so good. I wasn't really very good awake, so we lost some time there. I didn't feel the car. But I hadn't driven the car since Haspengouw, so I needed some time to get the feeling back. And the car is driving well now, so no problems. Prinsen in 7th position with his Group N Mitsubishi, and Chris van Woensel is having some technical problems as well with his BMW in the Yokohama colors. He's only in 14th position after the opening loop of 4 stages. Vincent Verschuren, one of the main drivers in the Super 2000 category, with his VW Polo, is leading that category after 4 stages, and is 1 minute behind Freddy Loix, but only 16 seconds behind the man in 2nd place, Polle Lietaar, so maybe there's a possibility there. Melissa de Bakkere, also driving in the Super 2000 category, made a small mistake in stage number 3, in which she spun, but she's still in 8th overall and 3rd in the Super 2000 category. This man was leading that class with a very quick time in the opening stage, but then he made a small mistake in stages 2 and 3.
150.
Herman Kobus, the Dutchman, still in 6th overall though.
Opent lang. 100, links 132. Links 132 en 100, links 122. Beetje snij aan.
We zijn nu 4 proeven ver. Hoe gaat het?
We're 4 stages. How is it going? Yeah, the first stage went rather well. Second stage I made 2 braking mistakes. And we gained back some time in stages 3 and 4, but we have to push a little harder.
Maar ik heb er wel vertrouwen in.
Yeah, pretty confident though. And so he should be. This is the top 5 of the opening loop. Loïc from Lietaert, Cornelis Bonjean and Vincent Verschuren. Tielt is also around for the Yokohama Belgian Historic Rally Championship, and this is a big favorite. Robert Droogmans, winner in Aspengouw, former European champion. He did well in the opening 2 stages, but then came stage number 3.
50. Rechts 75 en links in 45.
Ik ben van de weg geschoven.
I slid wide on the gravel in the corner.
En ik ben er eigenlijk heel stom.
It was a very stupid mistake, yeah. I just slid off the road like a very inexperienced driver. That meant that Chris de Bever gained the spot in this nearly identical Ford Escort. Together with Dirk de Veu. Dirk de Veu, pretty unlucky here in Tielt in the recent years, but now in second with the historic cars. So he's heading for a good result. And this man has won 5 times here. Didier van Weinsbergen heading for win number 6. Or can de Veu close the gap again? Off to the fight in the showroom class, which Prinsen was leading up until stage number 6.
Op de tweede proef van het tweede boek.
On the second stage of loop number 2, I suddenly lost third and fourth gear. I don't know what happened. It must have been a problem with the gearbox or the differential. I don't know. Or maybe the clutch, but the rally was over for us.
Hoe groot is de ontgoocheling?
I'm very disappointed because we had a bad start, but we came into the rhythm and there was still a good result possible. The gaps was very small, so we could go for a podium finish again, but it wasn't meant to be. That meant that this man was in third in the showroom class. Chris Coles with his Evo 10 Mitsubishi Lancer in 13th overall, just 13 seconds behind this man, Kurt Rigolle, rather. Second in the Group N. But that class was led now by Anthony Martin. Suffered a bit from flu, but that didn't bother him too much. He was 8th overall. Off to the battle in Super 2000 then. Tuur van der Mabele with his Polo Super 2000 wasn't really part of the fight for the podium finish in that class. Lisa de Bakker was making up for a small mistake and was closing in on the leaders. It's going rather well. It's a pity that I spun in stage 3 and lost some time. But it's going very well for the other stages. And for this man as well, Herman Kobus. Still trying to catch Vincent Verschuren.
En 100 links 142 kort en 100 rechts 83 snij glad. Rechts 83 snij glad. 100 links 142 into links 132 en 100 links vol 200. Rechts 132 kort. Offer into links.
Halfway through the rally, this man, Vincent Verschuren, has a lead of 15 seconds over Herman Kobus. And Melissa de Bakker is only 6/10 of a second behind the Dutchman. So it's still very close in the Super 2000 category, and Vincent Verschuren is now in 3rd overall as well. So an overall podium finish, that would be great for the Super 2000 driver. And this is a Belgian premiere. Philippe Quacco driving the Ford Fiesta WRC for the first time in Belgium and having a lot of fun. I had to get used to it in the opening 4 stages because it was a bit getting used to the car. But then second loop was very, very pleasant. The car is very powerful, has a lot of torque, so you can keep it in a high gear, and I'm having a lot of fun. David Bonjean, halfway through the rally, dropped a spot to 5th overall. It's not really going his way for the Fabia WRC driver. Another World Rally car losing a place. Bert Cornelis has lost 3rd spot. He's only 6 tenths behind the podium go.
Spannend gevecht voor de tweede plaats.
That's a good fight for the podium finish. Yeah, but Littard is had some bad luck in the opening stages, but now he's going well, so it's a bit difficult to keep up with him. So we have to fight and take care of Vincent Verschuren now for 3rd place. So you're fighting for 3rd and 4th. Yes, the difference now I think is 6 tenths of a second. I'm losing a couple of seconds left and right, so I have to focus a bit now. Verschuren, so now in 3rd overall, still leading Super 2000 category, is heading for a very good finish. Paul Littard increasing his speed and rhythm, but it's no use. There's no way he can fight with this man. Not only is this Focus WRC a modern WRC car, but the experience of Freddy Loix makes him he can push a lot harder than Littard.
Links 53 min, links koperen bank. Links 53 min, links koperen bank. En
so Loix has a big lead now, but that doesn't mean he is starting to cruise, but just that could lead to a loss of focus. That's not what he wants to do.
Fred, jullie domineren het gebeuren hier.
Freddy, you're really above all the rest, so how do you keep the focus then? Yeah, we try to maintain the speed, because otherwise it's very difficult for Freddy to control the rally. He's not used to that position. So the only way to keep the focus is to keep up the speed and the rhythm.
Om voor ons eigen een beetje ritme te houden en de boel onder controle te hebben.
And this is the overall classification halfway through the rally. Loix from Littard, Verschuren, Cornelis and David Bonjean. That was it for part 1 from Tielt. See you after the break. Welcome back in Tielt for the 40th edition of the TAC Rally, the 2nd round of the BFO Belgian Rally Championship. 8 more stages to go, 2 loops of 4 stages. Tim van Parijs dominating the GT class with his Porsche and heading for a top 10 finish as well.
Tim, na 3 omlopen, jullie staan nog steeds...
Tim, after 3 loops, you're still leading GT class? Yes, we're still leading the GT category, yes. It's going rather well. It's we're lucky that it's dry, but even when it's dry, it's very slippery here, so... When we look at the onboard footage, you're going very quick sometimes. Yes, indeed. Sometimes we hit 4th, 5th, 6th gear. And I think there's a point in the second stage where we hit the limiter. So at 211 kilometers an hour, it's quick enough for me. And this is Andy Lefevre, the man in 8th place overall. And David Bonjean lost another 2 places. He's now in 7th with his Fabia WRC. Should be able to go quicker than that, especially since he's behind the Group N car now. Anthony Martin, leader in the showroom class. Erwin Kobus, the Flying Dutchman, still fighting hard in the Super 2000 category. Dropped the spot, as did Vincent Verschuren. He's now in second in the Super 2000 category and fourth overall, because this lady has beaten both of the drivers in the Super 2000 category. Melissa de Bakkere is leading now. The gap is small though, 4.4 seconds with only 4 more stages to go. That should be a great fight until the end. Bert Cornelis has disappeared from the rally. And that means that Paul Litar is now almost sure of that second place. There's no way he can threaten this man, who has increased his lead to 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Keeping the speed, that's what Freddie Loix promised, and that is what he is doing. Back to the historics then. This is Christophe Kerkhoven with his beautifully decorated Porsche 911. He finishes in 34th overall, I should say. Just behind the leading Opel, in the hands of Kevin de Stoop. Great to see a Ascona in historic rallying. Geert van Doorne in his connection Ford Escort. Good result for him. Just misses out of a podium finish. He was 37 seconds short to beat this man. Chris de Bizet in his Mark II Ford Escort. Finishes on the lowest step of the historic podium. A great result then for de Bizet. And a great result as well for Dirk de Veu. Among those escorts, the lone Porsche of Dirk de Veu. Nice second place there for de Veu, but there was no way that he could threaten the winner of the historic chapter in Tielt. DJ van Weensbergen, his 6th win in Tielt for the historic category, that is. But it's a pity that we didn't see the duel with Robert Troogmans. To the Belgian Junior Championship then. This is Tom van Rompuy, a hard-fought 3rd place for the Ford Fiesta driver. He came only a couple of seconds short to make it a 2nd place. 2.2 seconds to be precise. He was behind Guillaume de Ridder, who is only driving his 3rd rally of his career, and he's 2nd in the junior category already. The junior category dominated by Polle Geusens, the winner of the opening round, but Geusens went off halfway through, and that meant that Guilain de Mévius, son of former Group N World champion Grégoire de Mévius, was heading for the win and won the junior chapter in Tielt, and is now leading that junior championship as well. Back to the top 10 then. This is Claude de Bal with the R4 version of the Evo 10 Lancer. Finishes in 10th in Tielt. Tim van Parijs was 9th and won the GT category rather emphatically. Great result then again for Van Parijs. Andy Lefevre with the R4 version of the Lancer as well was beaten by a N4 car though, as was this man, David Bonjean, but he was driving a World Rally car. And that Fabia WRC may not be the youngest of World Rally cars. You should be able to get a better result than a 7th place in the TAC Rally in Tielt. David Bonjean, a bit disappointing then, eventually finishing 5.5 minutes behind the leader. Anthony Martin, when Chris Prinsen disappeared from the rally, there was no one to fight, so he dominated Group N with his Evo 9 Lancer. And then the fight in Super 2000, it went to the last stage, to the last meters of the last stage, and Vincent Verschuren dropped to 3rd. He lost by half a second, 0.5 of a second. He lost that 2nd place in the Super 2000 category. But still, he's on the podium. He finishes 5th overall as well. But he will be just a little bit disappointed after leading the rally in the Super 2000 category for that long. Herman Kobis was the man who pushed Verschuren a place down. Great result for the Dutchman.
Rechts 132 laat. Rechts 132 laat en links 102 na paal. Beetje snij. En rechts 103 rond. Beetje snij. 100. Rechts 63 breed. Rechts 63 breed.
And after that mistake in the third stage, Melissa de Bakkere set a wonderful comeback rally and was crowned by the win in the Super 2000 class and a podium finish overall as well. Only 41 seconds behind this man, Paul Lietaar, who couldn't get a 9th win, but I don't think he was really expecting that. Because there was no way that he could beat this combination. Freddie Loix in the Ford Focus WRC were unbeatable in Tielt. 16 special stages, 16 fastest times. Loix took them all.
Links 43, 75. Links af van asfalt. 150. T, links 43, diep proberen over borduur. 100. Links à fond. En links à fond. En wordt 75. Links 40. Zeer laten. Rechts 50 laten couperen. 150.
So 2 rounds of the BFO Belgian Rally Championship and 2 wins for Freddie Loix. A perfect start of the season. The end result then, Loix from Lietaar, de Bakkere, Corbus and Verschuren, and those 3 were the podium finishers in the S2000 class. Back into service, and the congratulations and the first champagne showers are there for Freddie Loix, who tries to hide from the champagne, but there's no use. A great result again. Yes, it was a perfect rally. Everything went as expected. In the first stage, we tried what we could do, and then we had a good lead. But then we kept on the speed for the next 8 stages, just to keep the focus and to avoid a repeat of what happened in Haspengouw when I lost some time. But your co-driver said that you wouldn't be able to control the rally because you're not used to that and you could make mistakes then. Yeah, it's a fact that if I lower my speed and my rhythm, I have some difficulties to keep the focus, so it's much easier really to keep up the speed.
In het midden van de wedstrijd stijf doorgereden.
And that meant that Loix is now comfortably leading the Belgian Championship, and he's heading for what would be his first Belgian rally title. And these are the standings. Loix has 40 points, de Bakkere now 26 and Verschuren and Martin 24. And as ever, there was a BFO award for a youngster, and this time it went to Guillaume de Ridder.
Guillaume de Ridder.
Guillaume de Ridder, you're only your 3rd rally, but you're already 2nd in the junior class. That was a great result. Well, thank you. Yes, it was a big surprise for me as well, because as you said, it was only my 3rd rally and I really didn't expect this result. The stages here in Tielt are not what you're used to back in the Ardennes, so how difficult was it? Yes, it's very different. It's very technical. The grip levels of the asphalt change every time. There's the gravel, there's the corners you have to cut. Not really what I'm used to in the few rallies that I've done. So we tried to stay on the road and get a good result, and that's what happened. That was it from Tielt, the 2nd round of the BFO Belgian Rally Championship. We hope you enjoyed it. I know we did. See you next time.